welcome to the lecture on advanced electric drive. So in the last lecture, I discussed about the modeling of, that is dynamic modeling of brushless DC motor and also permanent magnetic synchronous motor with AC excitation. So when we are discussing about the permanent magnetic synchronous motor with AC excitation, so maybe the internal power factor or the internal power factor of the permanent magnetic synchronous motor and AC excitation is unity power factor, because the source stator current IS and field current field induced EMF EF both are maintained as in phase. So that's why the internal power factor is a unity power factor and external power factor is a lagging power factor. Okay, that's I already discussed in the last lecture. And now today's lecture I would like to explain about the vector control of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. So let's consider vector control of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. So as you know, as I already explained the vector control of induction motor drive, from that principle we know that by using this vector control principle we will improve the both steady state performance as well as dynamic response of the system. So both transient and steady state response will be improved in the vector control mode. So the PMSM, as you know that if you consider that, so let us assume, so this is your the direct axis quantities and quadrature axis quantities. So I am explaining here. Okay. So this is the direct axis. And in this direct axis, the D axis called. Okay. So this is the direct axis. D axis. And here the quadrature axis is existing, exactly perpendicular to this each other, right angles to each other. And this here is the quadrature axis. Okay, this is Q axis. And here this is IDS. This is IDS. So this is doing this vector control is referred to the rotating reference frame. So the vector is attached to the rotating reference frame. So that's why representing here R. So this IDS and the voltage here is, this is the applied voltage and this voltage is VDS to the power R. And similarly here, in this case, the Q axis is IQS rotating reference frame. The voltage is VQS and this also refers to the rotating reference frame. And these are perpendicular to each other, and the resistance of this winding is RT and resistance of this winding is RQ. And if you see, this is about the rotor. Okay, this is about your rotor. And here in this rotor, so there are two poles. Let us assume here it is north pole and here it is a south pole. This is your rotor. Okay, rotor. So let us assume that your permanent magnetic synchronous motor is rotating in a anti-clockwise direction with a speed of omega r. Okay, so as you know that the PMSM motor, the permanent magnetic synchronous motor, is a wound structure, and in this case, in the permanent magnetic synchronous motor, there is no damper circuit. So damper circuit is absent here. So what we are doing is, we are doing this vector controller rotating reference frame. So we will write here rotor reference frame. Rotor reference frame. So this figure is model of permanent magnetic synchronous motor in rotor reference frame. Okay, so there is no winding in the rotor because basically this rotor is a permanent magnet. There is no winding on the rotor circuit. So we will not write any rotor equations. Only we will write on the dq axis variables. Okay, because there is no winding on the rotor, because in the rotor circuit only permanent magnets will be there. So because of that there is no winding in the rotor. So we will not write any equations on rotor side. So first we will write the equations on stator side, that is VDS R and also VQS R. So from these fundamentals, let us you start the equation. So VDS reference frame is equal to RD into IDS R plus rate of change of flux linkages D psi R, and the rotational induced EMF is existing, and that rotational induced EMF is omega R into psi q s whole to the power of R. So this is equation number 1. So as I informed you, when you are writing the expressions for rotor reference frame, so the vector control of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive we are doing under rotating reference frame. As I informed you, this rotor is a permanent magnetic construction. So if the permanent magnetic rotor, so then we will not write any voltage equations or current equations related to the rotor side. Okay, we will write only these direct axis equations and quadrature axis equation. So as we know the basic principle, so in the vector control, so as I already discussed in case of induction motor drive, in the case of induction motor drive, when I'm discussing about the vector control of induction motor drive, our main intention is your direct axis and quadrature axis. The current, so as you know that the field current and armature current both are exactly perpendicular to each other. So if you maintain both perpendicular to each other, so then the maximum production is possible, and it will be similar to your DC motor performance. So what we are doing, so in case of vector control, when we are discussing about vector control of synchronous motor drive or vector control of induction motor drive, the main objective is to improve the steady state as well as transient response of the system and to improve the torque response. So there what we are doing, your synchronous motor or induction motor is be equivalent to the DC motor performance. In case of vector control, what we are doing, the performance of your X machine should be similar to your DC motor performance. So that is what our objective. So to achieve our objective, so now we are representing in the permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. So we are going to the rotor reference frame. So that's why we are representing here IDS whole to the power of R, VDS whole to the power of R, and VQS whole to the power of R, and IQS whole to the power of R. And this stator winding is a wound winding. Okay, and there is no damper windings. Generally, in case of your synchronous motor or synchronous machine, okay, definitely the damper windings will also exist. But in permanent magnetic synchronous motor, there is no damper circuit. Okay, so then similarly, the VQS whole to the power of R is equal to RQ into IQS plus sine, okay, the rate of change of flux linkages in quadrature axis plus the rotational induced EMF. So these are the two equations. Okay. So now, as you know that, so you need to find out the flux linkages of the quadrature axis as well as direct axis. So we will write down here psi ds whole to the power of R, the flux linkages in the direct axis. So that will be LDS, self-inductance of the direct axis, into IDS whole to the power of R plus psi FR. So psi of r is the flux linkages. So here psi of r is the flux linkages in the direct axis stator. Flux linkages in the direct axis stator. Okay, and this LDS, okay, LDS is the direct axis inductance, D axis inductance of the stator, and now similarly, if you write down the expression for psi QSR, okay, psi QSR, okay, the psi QSR is equal to LQSR into IQSR Okay, so LQSR is the Q axis inductance of the stator winding, and this is the current in the Q axis winding. So as I already explained, there is no magnet here. Okay, there is no magnet. So the direct axis we have magnet, and quadrature axis there is no magnet. So we will write here. So in quadrature axis there is no magnet. So in direct axis, in D axis we have a magnet. In Q axis there is no magnet. In Q axis there is no magnet. So that's why, so there is no flux linkages in the Q axis. Okay. So from these expressions, what we write here is, in case of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive, the direct axis inductance is smaller than the quadrature axis inductance. We will write here, in PMSM, in permanent magnetic synchronous motor, direct axis inductance is smaller than the quadrature axis inductance. Okay, so that means that LDS is less than your LQS. Okay, so the direct axis magnet behaves like as a air gap. Okay, the direct axis magnet behaves like as a air gap, because of the direct axis permeance, because of the D axis permeance in the sense reciprocal of your reluctance. Direct axis permeance is reduced, and hence D axis inductance is less. D axis inductance is reduced. So what I am saying here is, this is important. In permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive, the direct axis inductance is smaller than the quadrature axis inductance. So that's why LDS is less than LQS. So why this is happened? The direct axis, there is a magnet here. In quadrature axis there is no magnet. So the direct axis magnet will act as a air gap because of direct D axis permeance, because of the permeance. When the permeance is reduced, it means the reluctance is increasing. So whenever the permeance is increasing, so as you know that L is equal to N square by S. So you know the simple relation, L is equal to N square by S, and S is the reluctance. So R L is equal to n square by permeance P. So as your permeance is reduced, definitely your inductance is also reduced. So that's why the direct axis permeance is reduced, and hence the direct axis inductance is also reduced here. Okay, so now on other hand, the quadrature axis, okay, if you are talking about d axis, and in quadrature axis, on other hand, the quadrature axis, q axis, permeance is more. Permeance is more, hence q axis inductance is more. Hence q axis inductance is more. Hence quadrature axis inductance is more. So finally, if you represent these two equations in a matrix form, so how it will becomes? So if you write down here VDS whole to the power of R and VQS whole to the power of R, because it is under rotor reference frame, is equal to RD plus LDS into P, okay, LDS into P minus omega R into LQS, okay, because if you substitute here psi QS value, okay, psi QS value LQSR into IQSR. So if you substitute these values, so then you will get all these things. Okay, and similarly, the rotation induced EMF omega R into LDS and RQ plus differential parameter into LQS, and here IDS R and IQS R is equal to this is equal to the rotational induced EMF, that is 0, and psi f R into omega R. So this block is nothing but as a field induced EMF. So this is field induced EMF. Field induced EMF. So let us assume here this is third equation, and this equation is fourth equation, and this equation is fifth equation. So if you substitute the psi ds, the flux linkage of direct axis, this equation, so then you will get this. Okay, and psi qs also you have to replace. So this is about the direct axis and quadrature axis voltage relations. So as you know that psi of r, so I think we have psi of r. So you already explained here. Psi of r is the field flux or permanent magnetic flux. Psi of r is equal to field flux in brackets permanent magnet. Psi of r is the, okay. So if you write down the flux linkages of this psi of r is equal to LMD, magnetizing inductance, into IFR, we are representing the rotor reference frame. So as you know that the torque equation is equal to TE is equal to 3 by 2. So just I will read. Torque equation TE is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into psi ds whole to the power of R into IQS whole to the power of R minus psi qs whole to the power of R into IDS whole to the power of R. So if you substitute the values here, psi ds value and psi qs value here, so then the torque equation 3 by 2 into P by 2, okay, if you replace that, so then the psi ds R value, so just I am writing that LDS into IDS whole to the power of R plus LMD, because here psi of R is there. Psi of R is LMD into IFR. LMD into IFR whole to the power of R into IQS R minus psi SR. Psi SR is LQS into IQS R. So minus LQS into IQS R, okay, IQS R into IDS R. Just I am substituting here, in this case equation number 3, okay, and here equation number 4. Let us assume this equation number 5 here. 5 and 6 here. This is equation number 6. And you can extend the number of equations, that's not. So just I am substituting here. So from that, okay, so we can again reduce this equation. I am writing here. If you further reduce that, you can rearrange this equation, the torque equation. Okay, so if you rearrange the torque equation, so then the electromagnetic torque is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2. Okay, so LDS minus LQS, because if you see here, this LDS is there and LQS is there. So LDS minus LQS into IDS whole to the power of R and IQS whole to the power of R plus LMD into IFR whole to the power of R and IQS whole to the power of R. So in this case, if you further simplify that, so then this equation is correct. So LDS minus LQS, IDS whole to the power of R and IQS whole to the power of R. There are two components here, the two components of torque here. So this is the first component of torque, and then this is the second component of torque. And this first component of torque is a reluctance component of torque. So I will call it as a reluctance torque. This is reluctance torque. And this one is, second one is field torque. This is field torque. So the reluctance torque is present because of this is present because of reluctance variation, because of reluctance variation in D axis and Q axis. This is present, this particular reluctance torque is present because of the reluctance variation between the D axis as well as Q axis. As I already informed you, so your D axis we have a magnet and Q axis there is no magnet. So then the permanent magnetic, in case of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive, your D axis inductance is smaller than the Q axis inductance. So LDS is less than LQS. Why this LDS is less than LQS is, this is the explanation I already given. So similarly here, because of the reluctance variation, the D axis and Q axis, this reluctance torque is existing. And the field torque is present because of, so field torque is present because of this IFR, okay, because of the field current IFR, because of IFR of the field winding because of permanent magnet, because of permanent here two things. The field torque is existing because of IFR and because of the permanent magnet. So here the reluctance is existing in direct axis as well as quadrature axis. So now we will implement the vector control for this particular torque equation. So now we will implement the vector control of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. So let us assume here, if you observe the direct axis phasor diagram here, okay. So this component is d-axis component, and this is q-axis component. So in the d-axis component, there will be a field current. So this is a field current IF. Okay, this is field current IF. So for example, this field component. So here it is. I am presenting field current IF, and here the torque component IT. So the resultant of these two components will get the stator current IS. Resultant of these two components will get IS. So this angle is the delta prime. Delta prime. So this IF is equal to IDS to the power of R, and IT, I suffix T, is equal to IQS whole to the power of R. You got my point? Now we are implementing the vector control here. So this is the field component of current. This is the torque component of current. IT is the torque component of current. IF is the field component of current, and this will give us as the stator current IS. So from this case, we are implementing here vector control. So the condition for vector control here is, okay, the condition for vector control is the delta prime is equal to, this delta prime is equal to pi by 2. So if delta prime is pi by 2, then what will happen? Your field current is also aligned with this IS is also aligned to your field current component. So now what we have here, we will write down the expression, the component here, I suffix T, the torque component of current, I suffix T is equal to IS into sine delta prime, that is equal to IQS R, and IF is equal to IS into cos delta prime, is equal to cos delta prime, that is IDS whole to the power of R. So if you substitute these two conditions, okay, IF and I, okay, this IQR and IQRS and IDS R value. So these two values here, if you substitute in this case, so then the torque equation will be modified. So the substitute that. So the condition for vector control is this delta prime is equal to pi by 2. Okay. So now if you substitute that, the torque equation is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LDS minus LQS. Okay. So you replace this IDS R value and IQS R value in this case. So IS square into sin delta prime into cos delta prime plus LMD. So this way LMD into IFR with respect to the rotor reference frame, and IQSR is your IS into cos delta prime. Okay. This IQS, no? IQS or yes. IQS is sin delta. Okay. So that is IS into sine delta prime. Is into sine delta prime. So if you further simplify this, the torque equation 3 by 2 into P by 2 into LDS minus LQS into 1 by 2 into IS square sine 2 delta prime plus LMD into IFR into IS sine delta prime into sine delta prime here. So if you substitute the condition for vector control here, as you know that the condition for vector control is delta prime is equal to pi by 2. If you substitute here delta prime value is pi by 2, so then what will happen? This total term will be 0 because it's 180 degrees, so then its value is 0 here. So that's why now the torque equation, okay, so if delta is equal to pi by 2, if delta prime is equal to pi by 2, that's the condition for vector control, so then this term will be 0. So the torque equation, torque TE is equal to 3 by 2 into P by 2, okay, into LMD, okay, L suffix MD into IFR whole to the power of R into IS into sine delta prime into sine delta prime. In general, I am writing here, in general, IS is also Phasor sum of IF plus IT. IF plus IT. So if you write down, IF is field current, stator flux component of current. You can write here stator flux component of current. Is is equal to stator flux component of current, and IT is equal to stator torque component of current. Stator torque component of current. Okay, this is about if you see here this expression, if you observe this expression, so the torque equation of permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive is also function of IFR field current and IS, okay, the stator current. So just like it is also resemble to your DC motor. So as you know that the torque of a DC motor is equal to the torque of the DC motor is also directly proportional to field current and also armature current. So similarly you are also doing field current and armature current, the stator current. So this is what is also similar to your DC motor performance. So usually in permanent magnetic synchronous motor, the flux is produced by the field winding. So what you can say here, the flux can be produced by the field winding only. Okay, field winding or field magnet. What you can say is field magnet. The fluxes can be produced by field winding or field magnet, and this is produced by the flux. The flux can be controlled by controlling your field current IF. You can control the flux, so that you can control your flux components, the stator flux component of current. Okay, what I am writing here is usually in permanent magnetic synchronous motor PMSM, flux is produced by field winding. The flux is produced by field winding or field magnet. Flux is produced by field winding or field magnet. Okay, field magnet is producing producing the flux. Is producing the flux. So flux can be controlled. So flux can be controlled by controlling field current IF. By controlling field current IF. So torque can be controlled. Torque can be controlled by controlling IT component. By controlling the IT component. So what we have here is, so the stator current IS, so is the two form. The phasor sum of field component of the current and torque component of current. This field component of current can be produced. This how it is produced? Because of the field magnet. So if you control the field magnet flux, definitely this IS will be controlled. And to control the torque, definitely you need to control this component of the current. Okay, so let us see next one. Let us consider that the closed loop operation of vector control induction motor drive, vector control synchronous motor drive. Next one is closed loop control block diagram. Closed loop control block diagram for vector controller, permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. Permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. So what we have here is, let us consider the actual speed of the motor is omega r, and it should be compared with the reference speed. So now we need as a comparator here. So this comparator is having two things. So the reference speed is omega rm star and the actual speed is omega rm. And then what we have here is, we will get as an error signal, and this error signal is a PI controller here, the speed controller. Your PI controller is here is a speed controller. So this is a speed controller block. Speed controller block, and here, and it should be multiplied. Okay, again it is a multiplying device. Okay, multiplier, and again you will get here the torque here. It should be again divided. There is a divided block here. So we will get the torque component of current, reference torque component of current. What we have here is, so just you may consider here the function generator. So this is a function generator block. I will explain this function later. So this function generator block. So this is the function generator. Function generator, and this function generator is going here, and it should be multiplied with this speed controller or speed error, and we have here is, so we will get some constant Kf, and we will get the magnetizing flux phi, and again it will go into the some constant, so we will call it as a constant here. So this will give as a field current IF star. So we have field component of current and torque component of current, it is going to the controller. And this is a magnitude and angle resolver. Magnitude and angle resolver. Magnitude and angle resolver. And again, it is giving the current, that is stator current reference IS star, and it will give the position of the rotor, that is delta prime, and this is also summing. Okay, so what we have here is now the stator current generator. So this will give the initial position theta s. So here is stator current generator, stator current generator, and it is giving the signals like IAS, IBS and ICS stars. So what we have here is, this is IAS star, IBS star and ICS star, and it should be compared with the comparator here. So again it should be compared with the actual currents. So and here it is IAS, IBS, this is ICS. And where you are getting this IAS and IBS, so it should be sensed from the motor terminals. Okay, so now here is the hysteresis current controller. So this block is again hysteresis current controller block. Hysteresis current controllers. Okay, and this is going to the gate signals. So this is going to the inverter. So this is inverter now. This particular block is inverter, three-phase voltage source inverter, VSI, three-phase voltage source inverter. So and here we have here is, this is your output terminals, and from this you are going to the permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. This is PM, SM, and here you are sensing the currents here, A phase, B phase, and C phase. So this is IAS, this is IBS, this is ICS. Okay, and this is the hysteresis current controller. Okay, and this is VDS or VDC, supply DC voltage. And now here the rotor encoder. Rotor encoder, which is the position. We use the rotor position. So it will give the position, that is angle theta m. It is giving the position angle theta m, and this theta m can be controlled here, the angular position. So this is theta r, and we get it should be divided by p by 2. So now the speed calculator here. This is speed calculator block, a speed calculation block. From this you get the speed value omega rn should be compared. Here. So this is a function generator. So in this function generator, what what we have here is, in the x-axis the speed omega rm, and in the y-axis the magnetizing flux. So it should be like this. Initially it is constant, later on it is decreasing. So this is about the, so for below base speeds, okay, let us consider, so at this point, this is the below base speed condition. Your IM, the magnetizing current, so this is IM, this IM magnetizing current is constant. For below base speed condition, the magnetizing current is constant here. Okay, so if you can mention separately about this particular block, I will explain here. Okay, this is constant. This is omega Rm. This is up to base speed omega Rb. Okay, and this is constant flux operation. So below the base speed, this is constant flux operation, and above the base speed, so this is the base speed omega Rb, and above the base speed, this is the field weakening region, field weakening mode above it. So let us assume that, so this is a psi m, and this is 1 per unit. Okay, so this is the function generator here. So you need the constant flux operation. So below the base speeds, the constant flux operation. The magnetizing current is maintained constant here. So what we have here is, if you want to perform the field weakening region, okay, above base speed conditions, okay, above base speed condition, as speed is increasing, your field current will be decreasing. That is, magnetizing current will be decreasing here. That's what I can explain. So that's why you can clearly observe this. This is a function of omega Rm. So function of omega Rm here. So this can be defined as here is, you write down the condition for this one is, the function of omega Rm is equal to 1 for, okay, this value is 1 for mod omega Rm is less than omega Rm base, and function is equal to omega Rm by omega Rm base for speeds omega Rm greater than omega Rm base, So for below base speed, constant torque, we will write here for below base speeds, constant torque, as your magnetizing current is maintained constant. Above base speed, field weakening operation, or decreasing torque, This is what the closed loop operation of closed loop speed control block diagram for vector control of synchronous motor, permanent magnetic synchronous motor drive. So this is theta r. So this theta r is the angle of the rotor. So this theta r is the angle of rotor. So these are the current component, field component, and torque component. Okay. So this is about the vector control concept. So in the next lecture, I will explain about the switched reluctance motor. So what we will discuss about switched reluctance motor. So there itself your course will be ending. Thank you.